find out what the problem is?
Yeah, I think it just needs a little.
Ow. Oh! Ow!
Oh, damn, my face. Oh, my gun, that hurts.
Well, what are you laughing for?
Hey, I heard all the way down the hall. You believe I did that? Yeah. I think I got it fixed. It just needs some oiling now.
Well, you just step aside and let me handle that.
Whoa! Hold it! No. Why don't we just move you away from the machines?
Why? Dylan's the clumsy one.
Yeah, but you are the pregnant one. And by the way, I have an appointment for you for a sonogram.
For what?
For what? What are sonograms for? For looking at the baby.
Honey, I gotta ask you something.
What?
Who's carrying this baby, me or you?
Mother. Mother.
Spare me your sad story.
What did you expect, undying loyalty?
Disgusting.
How dare you stand there in judgment after what you've done?
You won't turn this around.
I know the truth, Victor.
You're insane.
I think I've always known it. You haven't been faithful to me. Not once in our entire marriage. And all your mistresses. The only two you ever really loved were your newspaper and your daughter. The Banner and Vicky. Those are your two real loves.
Father, Mother, stop.
You're a whore. Get out of my sight.
Mom? What happened? Are you all right?
Neil, did you tell Johnny out front to make sure that Mr. Vandenberg knows where we are?
Sure did, Mr. Buchanan.
Thank you. You know, Arthur told me on the phone that he would be here in a few minutes. I feel badly now because I dragged you away from whatever you and Blair were dealing with.
Well, let's find her and I'll straighten that out a little bit later.
The thing is, I'm sure that Arthur Vandenberg holds the key to this David Vickers business. And we gotta find out that whole story, and pronto. Look, Arthur and Sloan had a meeting just before Sloan died. Now, whatever it was he told Sloan sure made him leery about good old David.
The question is why?
I don't know, it's gotta have something to do with what we've already learned. David Vickers is no more Vicky's brother than you are.
So fine, so what's the reason he comes to land you in the first place?
Yeah, and what's he shooting for?
And it sure was convenient timing for old Dorian, wasn't it?
Got her off death row.
Yeah, it sure did. But why does he pretend to be Victor Lord's son? Especially if he's gonna go ahead and sign a document saying that he's not gonna go after Vicky's inheritance.
I don't know unless there's more money involved somewhere. And I intend to find out. What the devil could be keeping Arthur?
Thank you.
My pleasure, Mr. Vandenberg.
Mr. Vandenberg?
Oh, Arthur.
Mr. Buchanan is expecting you. He's waiting for you in the lounge.
Oh, would you please tell Mr. Buchanan that Mr. Vandenberg will not be coming? At least, not yet.
Don't worry. I know you're the one that's pregnant. I just want to make sure that everything is okay.
Honey, I know you're worried about the baby, but everything is just fine. The doctor says so. I can feel it. And the goddess ain't gonna let me down now.
Just the same.
Just the same, thank you very much for setting up my sonogram appointment for me. I can't wait to see that little critter on that TV screen, can you? But it ain't gonna tell me one thing I don't know already, and that is that everything is just fine. Toodles. Hey! Ah, just the man I want to see.
Oh, yeah? Why's that?
I got a proposition for you, Dylan. You ready?
Tina, when is the last time you ironed?
Why? Oh!
Look, here, put this down. This is not what I want you... Are you okay?
Yeah.
This is not what I want you doing my last day in Landview.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you. You have to leave tomorrow.
Look, we discussed this. I have got to get out of town before Cord starts telling everybody that I'm not really your brother.
Hey, what if I hide you in the attic? I'll bring you goodies all the time, I promise.
We'd make too much noise, Cookie. Oh, I'm gonna miss you so much, but it's just for a little while, right? People find out about the inheritance, and everybody thinks that I'm a scoundrel.
Especially me, because you deserted me.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're furious, and you never want to see me again.
No, and then I find out I have all this money.
Right?
And then...
No. After a while.
Then I come to Spain to you.
See?
Wait a minute. No one can know where you are. You can't call me, and you can't write. How can I find you?
It's okay. Don't panic. We just got to think of some place to meet.
Yeah, where? When?
Every Monday.
Every Monday.
Every Monday at 2 o'clock. I'll go... I'll go to the steps of the Prado Museum in Madrid. Yes, and I'll look for you. And you get the kids, and you meet me there, and I'll be waiting.
You'll wait for me every Monday?
For an hour. Every Monday. Until you arrive.
I love it. That's the most wonderful romantic idea I've ever heard.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Well, it's a pleasure as always, Dorian, but I do have an appointment.
This won't take too long.
Well, have we got anything else to discuss? Look, I did talk with the trustees about buying the intruder, and I believe they will be making an offer shortly.
Marvelous. But actually, I didn't want to talk to you about the intruder. I want to talk to you about the book that I'm writing that you're going to publish.
Well, not another advance, I hope, so soon.
No, I've just had a brainstorm. What if I don't write the standard autobiography? What if I do something a little bit more daring, more experimental?
Such as?
Such as write it as a dialogue.
Dialogue?
Yes, a dialogue with the only person who knows enough about me to qualify. Myself. A dialogue between my inner self and my outward persona.
Well, the important thing about this sort of a book is to keep it simple and straightforward. Your side of the story of your marriage to Victor Lord, right through to the last-minute reprieve from death row by Victor's secret son-in-law.
David. Actually, I just found out that Vicky has no idea that David is going to inherit this huge trust fund. How much is it?
Oh, roughly $30 million.
Oh, my. Well, Vicky is totally in the dark.
Well, that is a surprise. But then Sloan didn't know about it either. I told him about it. Shortly before he died, he seemed stunned.
One would think that David would discuss it with his own family, but apparently the subject never came up. Now, of course, Vicky mustn't be told.
Well, why on earth not? She'll learn eventually.
Yes, but with the pain of Sloan's death so fresh, she's in no shape to hear such news.
Really? Why not?
Oh, trust me, Arthur. Vicky is much too fragile right now. This kind of news would be a terrible shock to her. So you mustn't tell Vicky about David's inheritance, or tell anyone who would tell Vicky. You see, the state she's in now, news like that could be very damaging.
I'm fine. I'm fine, honey. I slipped, that's all. I just slipped.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah, sure. I was just distracted for a minute, that's all.
Well, distracted by what?
By what? Nothing really, just a memory.
A memory of what?
A very painful memory from my childhood. Oh, Kevin,
I've been having these vivid dreams from that time. And sometimes they're so real, and some part of them is... Well, I mean, they're dreams. You know what dreams are, don't you?
Well, yes, and I know you've been having a lot of trouble sleeping since Sloan died.
I know. It's as if losing him has stirred up something so deep inside me from so long ago. And all these images keep crowding into my thoughts.
Images of what?
Oh, my mother. My mother and the fall she took down the stairs. And my father, when he died. But I was so convinced that Dorian did it.
Well, yes, until David showed up, and then we found out that Eileen Clayton killed him, so it wasn't Dorian.
No, but in my dreams...
What?
Oh, Kevin, I don't really think I want to talk about it.
I can't handle it, you know?
Oh, honey, I know you can. I know. It's really just all these images of people who affected my life, you know, and it's my father and Irene and Sloan and Dorian, and they all keep changing into one another, and...
Well, why? Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think they're trying to tell me something about my past. I don't know.
Don't you think maybe the dreams have something to do with Sloan?
No. Although he was so worried about something before he died. You know, he kept wanting to go through the research that he had done for the book that he wrote about your grandfather. And he was adamant about it. And then when he'd done that, he wanted to speak to his publisher.
So that's why Arthur Vandenberg was here?
Yes, and after he spoke to him, he wanted to speak to your father alone.
And you don't know why?
No, I don't know why. I know he was very worried about something. And I know he wouldn't share it with me. But now I may never know what it is.
More perks from being a cop. I got 2 tickets to the Sixers game in Philly tonight, and I can't seem to get rid of the second one. Any interest?
Tonight's not so good.
The great seats. They're playing the Knicks.
Sorry. It's Marty's, first day of medical school, and we're gonna celebrate, so.
Oh, yeah, right. No big deal. Some other time.
We have fun, Bob.
Yeah.
Little brotherly advice?
Thanks, I'll pass.
Don't do this to yourself, Andy. Not again.
Do what?
Come on, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
In the evening, we'll sit outside and we'll watch the sunset and we'll drink sherry and we'll eat figs off of our very own fig tree and we'll eat paella. And once CJ and Sarah go to bed, we will listen to the sounds of a single guitar drifting slowly up from the valley and we'll dance in the moonlight. Hello, are you even listening to any of this?
Well, yes, sorry.
Look, you're not feeling guilty, are you? You should not feel guilty at all. Like you said, that money is rightfully yours.
I know.
And mine too, since I'm your husband, you know.
I know.
So what's the problem?
The kids.
Tina, they're gonna love Spain.
We can't take them to Spain. Cord would never go for it. He'd never let him go.
Tell them you're taking them on a trip around the world. I mean, you've got joint custody, right? 50-50?
Oh, yeah, and when we don't come back?
We'll deal with that when the time comes. That's a long way away.
It won't work.
Tina, sure it will. Trust me.
No, it won't work. Why could I think it could work? Don't you see it's hopeless?
All right, look, there's no point in both of us sitting here cooling our heels. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do a little investigating on my own. You meet with Arthur, and you can tell me what happened when I come back.
Okay, assuming he ever arrives.
Right. You take care, huh?
Oh, Cord.
Yeah.
What are you going to do if it turns out that Tina's involved in something illegal?
Oh, please, Clint, I don't even want to think about that.
Well, you got to think about the kids.
Believe me, I am. You know what gets me? What's going to happen if Tina ends up doing more jail time because you put her faith into another fast-talking con artist?
Well, maybe we can head that off before she gets in too deep, huh?
I hope you're right about that.
All right, I'll give you a call as soon as I've talked to Arthur.
Thanks. Hey, good luck.
You haven't seen Vicky since Sloan passed on. I've never seen her so shaken. Believe me, she does not need to hear this news about David's inheritance.
One thing I'd like you to explain, Dorian.
Why I'm suddenly so concerned about Vicky.
Oh, that too, now you mention it.
I hate to see anybody in pain.
Oh, I was going to say how curious it is that you always bring the talk round to David's trust fund.
That's an exaggeration.
You've asked me about it every time you've seen me.
I'm just concerned about Vicky. I don't want her worrying about David.
And to go back to the earlier point you made, since when have you been so concerned about Vicky? Isn't it really Dorian Lord that worries you?
This has nothing to do with me.
Well, now, if Vicky begins to doubt David Vicker's truthfulness, doesn't that make it awkward for you, since, as I recall, it was David who produced the evidence that got you off death row?
One thing has nothing to do with the other.
No?
No.
So Vicky is your concern, as she is mine. And I think that Vicky has every right to know about the trust fund her late father set up for her brother.
Arthur.
I mean, really, what is the harm in it?
I think I made myself abundantly...
There you are. I thought we were going to meet in the lounge.
Oh, I'm very sorry. I got way late.
So it seems. Hello, Dorian.
Clint.
Well, shall we? I
Yeah.
mean, if you're through here.
Oh, I believe so, yes. If you'll excuse me.
Arthur, think very carefully about what I said.
Well, let's get a seat out here. I think it'll be quiet.
Could you follow your heart
All those old feelings start bubbling up inside of me.
Can you trust him?
in the face of betrayal?
You still love him.
Could you learn to forgive
Since you gave me a second chance, I haven't let you down, have I?
So far.
when the past just won't die?
You are gonna fall, and you are gonna fall hard. And I can't wait to be standing there to watch.
Could you forget the pain?
What we had together was so right.
Could love be enough?
Lois has to come back to me in her own sweet time.
General Hospital, only on ABC Daytime.
Mom, you can't expect to just bounce right back. Nobody would.
No, I know. I know. Thank you so much.
That's why I was so concerned about you marrying Sloan. I mean, with him being so ill and everything, I just...
Kevin, I wouldn't have had it any other way.
No, I guess not. Knowing you.
Honey, I'm going to be fine. I promise you I'm going to be just fine, okay? I think what I probably need to do, though, is get back into some sort of routine. You know, I need to work. I need to go back to the office. Oh, by the way, how's it going for you? How is the fledgling reporter doing?
Well, okay, I think. Oh, I wrote up an account of what it's like to do a police surveillance with Andy Harrison.
Really? Really? May I read it?
Oh, yeah, it'd be great. I could use some feedback.
Constructive criticism only, I promise you that.
Okay. You know, actually, I was just heading over to see Andy. I wanted to see if I could set up another round.
Well, don't let me keep you. Off you go.
All right. Are you sure you're going to be okay?
I'm going to be fine. I'm cold, that's all. Fine.
Well, take care of yourself.
I promise you I will.
I love you.
I love you. I love you, honey. Hi, CJ.
Where's Uncle David? I've been looking all over for him.
Bye, Kevin. I don't know, honey. I haven't seen him. How was school today?
Great. It's midnight. The kitten Uncle David gave us.
Really? Well, that's a wonderful picture you drew.
I want to give it to him. Is he with my mom?
Don't know. I haven't seen your mom or your Uncle David.
Did they catch a flight to Vegas again?
Did they what?
That's what they did yesterday. They flew off to Vegas.
Did they? Mm-hmm. Wow. Tell you what, leave the picture with me, and I'll make sure David gets it, all right?
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Any for your thoughts?
Joe!
Just got out of class, and Carlotta told me you'd be here, so how about a late lunch?
Well, that's marvelous, sure. Let's go into the lounge, though. It's quieter there.
Sure, wherever.
Let me cut right to the chase. I know that you met with Sloan Carpenter just before he died. Right after that meeting, he asked to speak to me. He was clearly concerned about something, but he passed away before he could fill me in.
So you have no idea what it was?
I know this much. It has to do with David Vickers.
Really?
Arthur, let me put my cards on the table. I'm beginning to wonder if David Vickers is really Vicky's brother.
Well, that's quite an alarming thought. Now, as literary advisor to the trust fund, I will certainly have to...
What trust fund?
I gather you're in the dark about that, too?
Seems like.
Well, David is about to take possession of a very large inheritance, and nobody seems to know anything about it.
How large?
Roughly $30 million.
Tina, with all that money, we can make anything happen.
No, we can't make Cord do what he doesn't want to do. He's not going to want his kids off in Spain.
Okay, look. You're really stressed out right now, and I understand that because, well, this is a stressful time. It really is. But, Tina, we're going to get through this, okay? Because I love you. And I love your kids, too.
They're the best, aren't they?
Absolutely. Look, we're going to come up with an agreement with Cord, and everybody's going to be happy.
I don't know.
All right, well, if it comes down to it, Tina, we're going to hire the best lawyers in the world. We're going to be loaded. And you know what else?
What?
You know what we're going to do with all that money? You are going to have more diamonds than Elizabeth Taylor, and you're never going to have to hide them again.
That does sound nice.
I'm going to shower you with luxuries, not just diamonds. But I'm going to buy you expensive designer clothes.
We'll go to fabulous nightclubs?
And sit at the best tables in those nightclubs. And when we leave those nightclubs, we'll go home, and I'm going to take those designer clothes off of you one by one.
All right.
Feeling better now?
Oh, David. Oh, I love you so much.
Cookie.
What is this thing you've got for unavailable men?
Isn't there something you should be doing, like dealing with paying customers?
Andy, it's pretty clear how you feel about Dylan, but let's face it, he's got a thing for Marty.
Well, and I can't compete, right? Not with someone as rich and beautiful as Marty Sable.
Hold it. Just stop right there. You are every bit as beautiful as Marty, but I would like to see you with someone who can love you back. No reservations.
Well, me too. For now, Dylan and I are just friends.
Andy?
No, you and Luna started out as friends, and look at how you wound up. If you don't mind, I'd like to stay in shape.
Still not fixed, huh?
Oh, no, it's fine. Those are beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Did those out of the greenhouse?
Yeah, I just picked them. They're for Marty, so.
So Victor and Irene's bastard son is worth quite a bundle.
Indeed, and he's entitled to collect it now he's turned 25.
Supposedly, that's David Vickers.
Well, that's certainly what I assumed, along with everybody else, and I'm quite astonished at how he's kept it such a secret.
Yeah. Makes one wonder, doesn't it?
Seems to make everybody wonder. You know, you're the second person I've talked to today about this situation.
Who was the first?
Well, yeah, Dorian, of course.
Don't have the risotto. I can make that for you myself.
Joe,
Would you excuse me for a moment?
You okay?
I'm fine. I'll be back in a minute.
Dorian knows about the trust fund?
Yes, and she's, seems preoccupied with David Vickers. Of course, that's easy to understand, given that it was he who rescued her from death row.
Well, look, Arthur, I don't think I need to keep you any longer. You've been a big help. Thank you very much.
Well, I feel quite queasy about this whole thing. I hope you'll keep me informed.
I'll do my best.
And now, what about Vicky? Are you going to share your doubts about David? You see, Dorian is extremely worried about Vicky's state of mind. She seems to think that any news of this inheritance to David would, well, unsettle her.
Oh, well, Dorian can think whatever she wants. But Vicky needs to know exactly what's going on with her so-called brother, and the sooner she knows it, the better.
What's going on?
Now? Just now? David and I, we were looking for his keys.
Yeah, I thought they fell under the couch.
Yeah, we were looking, and I started looking, and I tripped, and then he tripped, and pretty silly, huh?
CJ made this drawing in school. It's for you, David.
It's for me? Really? Oh, wow, that's great.
What is it?
It's a cat.
Oh. It's the kitten that you gave them.
Oh, it's midnight. Isn't that great? Look at that.
Yeah. CJ said something very puzzling to me. He said something about you two having flown off to Las Vegas yesterday.
Las Vegas?
That's what he said. Is it true?
Where would he ever get an idea like that?
I don't know. That's... Oh, I know. I know. He got it for that restaurant we went to.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that one.
Right, the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
What was the name of it? La Vega.
That's it,
Something like that.
So you didn't fly to Las Vegas?
What, are you kidding? I didn't even bet on the Super Bowl.
Well, that's cleared up then, isn't it?
Hey, thanks for dropping this off. Tell CJ that I love it. I'll thank him as soon as I see him.
I will.
Vicky, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. I have a little cold, that's all. How could I not be fine? Everybody's been so kind. Where on earth did you get that?
This? It was a Christmas present.
From whom?
I got carried away. I don't know. I guess my first Christmas with my family. I saw it. I knew Tina would love it. I couldn't help myself, you know.
I've seen it somewhere before.
Really? That's odd.
Where? I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me.
Vicky, you look so tired. Why don't I walk?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really just need to be alone.
Sure.
Good luck finding your keys.
Thanks.
For ironing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like it. It kind of relaxes me.
Oh, that was close. What do you think she saw?
I don't know. Probably nothing.
She was pretty upset. Oh, David. Oh, hey, what did she mean about this bracelet? Where do you think she'd seen it before?
Blair, are you there? It's me, Cord. Blair, I'm sorry about what happened. You got to know that this is not a run-of-the-mill crisis for Tina. This is something really important. Would you call me back, please? Goodbye.
Hey, Cord. Cord!
Oh, hi. I'm sorry, Luna.
What's the matter?
Luna, I need to talk to you about Tina.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, uh-oh is right.
You know, I don't think I'm the person you need to talk to about Tina. court.
Wait a minute. I know that she has sworn you to secrecy, but she is in way over her head with this David Vickers.
Well, now, just because they're awfully close for brother and sister doesn't mean that there's a problem.
You better brace yourself, Luna. He's not her brother. He's her husband.
Why would Vicky think she had seen this before?
I don't know, maybe she's seen you wear it.
You saw how she reacted, obviously not.
Well, maybe she's seen one like it in a jewelry store.
Maybe. Did you buy it here in Llanview?
You know, I am leaving tomorrow, and you're supposed to help me pack.
Oh, you're not telling me the truth. You always promised you'd be truthful with me, even before we got married.
Oh, Tina, come on.
And now that we're married, you're keeping things from me. Oh, you can iron your own shirts now.
Okay. I did get it in Llanview. It was part of a payment.
Payment for what?
Well, for getting Dorian off of death row.
This is Dorian?
It was.
You gave me some old cast-off piece of Dorian's jewelry?
Tina, believe me, Dorian did not want to cast that off.
Fine, she can have it back. It doesn't mean the same thing to me anymore.
Yes, it does. Tina, Dorian is greatly in my debt. I saved her life. Why shouldn't she pay us, huh? Look, I wanted to get you something really nice for Christmas. To let you know how much I love you. Tina, I am nuts about you.
Really?
Oh, come on, Tina. You know how crazy I am about you.
This is awfully pretty. Would you help me here?
Yeah.
It is pretty. Oh, never mind. Still, I don't like Dorian being part of this. What does she know? Does she know about the trust fund? Does she know that I know?
I don't know what Dorian knows exactly.
Well, if she does know, she's going to be trouble.
No, she will not.
Yes, she will.
No, she won't.
Yes.
No, listen to me. Dorian will not give us any problems. I can personally guarantee that.
Joe, would it be all right if we skipped lunch? I'd like to go home.
You really are sick, aren't you?
Not really. I'm just feeling a bit...
What's going on? Is there something happening that I should know about?
Look, above all, I don't want you worried, all right? Mi dispiace.
I want to know.
Well, I ran into your father a little earlier.
Well, what did he do?
Nothing. He was a bit cold.
I'm sorry about that.
That's why I didn't want to tell you. Because I don't want you feeling worried or sorry.
I don't know what to do about him. Or my family, or Mom especially.
There's nothing to do.
I just wish they could see you through my eyes. Maybe in time.
Yes, you're right. Maybe it'll take time and distance. Joe, maybe I'd better go away for a while.
No.
Just for a little while. Just till things cool down.
No, you're not going anywhere. I love you, and I don't want us to be apart. Ever.
I love you too.
The Dorian I love fights for what she knows is right. Okay, she takes risks. She doesn't run away and hide. I don't know, maybe you should try talking to Mom. Just one more time. Anything, just don't run away.
You're right. I'm not a quitter, and I don't run away.
No.
And I don't wait for trouble to find me. I go find it and fight it. I'm going to make this work. I promise you.
I guess I better put these in some water.
I'll follow you out.
Sure.
Hey, Max.
Hey, Kevin.
How's it going?
Oh, not so bad.
Did Andy tell you I got to play cop?
Oh, yeah, she said you went out on patrol with her.
Yeah.
Listen, Kevin, if you're interested, I happen to know Andy is off duty tonight, and she happens to have an extra ticket to the 76ers game.
Well, yeah, actually, I don't have...
Hey, Kevin, you survived the big stakeout.
Well, I more than survived it. In fact, I was kind of hoping maybe we could do it again. Although I understand that, well, you have a more exciting evening.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. And I also hear that you have an extra ticket.
Yeah, I do.
Well, I'd be happy to take it off your hands. I mean, you know, give you a little company. I won't ask any personal questions.
Sure, deal.
Okay. I'll pick you up at, what, 6?
Sure.
Great. I'll see you then. Thanks.
Don't you ever do that to me again. I am not your charity case.
So they just run off to Las Vegas and they get married.
She married him.
Yes. Listen, I don't know how much you know about this.
Well, I know he's a con artist, sure as shooting.
Well, I know that too, and I've known it all along. Luna, you have got to talk to me. Tina has gotten herself into deep trouble here, and we have got to help her out.
All right, I'm going to tell you everything I know, which isn't much.
What is he after? Now, I know that money has got to be involved somehow.
Well, Tina has implied that he has other expectations, like, he thinks there's some other kind of family money that even Vicky doesn't know about.
Damn it, I knew it. I knew that he was trying to scam the family in some way. And Tina has got herself right in the middle of it.
You know, David, Tina... You first.
No, you go.
Well, I was thinking about Vicky's reaction.
Yeah, me too.
She seemed pretty suspicious, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
Oh, don't agree with me. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to make me feel better.
Okay, well, she didn't seem that suspicious.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did. Look, Tina, maybe I should look into flights leaving tonight.
Oh, David.
Well, look, if you don't want me to go, I would just say the word. I won't go.
No, you're right. Call the darn airport.
Okay, I will. But first, you and I are going to say goodbye properly. Like husband and wife.
It's too late, darling. You've already lost your father.
Oh, my God, Father.
I find you, Victoria Lord, guilty of the murder of your father, Victor, and sentence you to death.
I didn't kill him.
But you wished him dead. We both know that. And we both know why. Say it. Say it. Say it.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! What do you want?
I'm sorry, Vicky, but I have some very disturbing information which I really can't keep from you any longer.